Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Wednesday, October the 19th, 2022. Wednesday, October the 19th, 2022. Well, we did have some action on General Hospital today. My favorite attorney is talking. She was laughing and then said, "Oh, don't make me laugh." But Alexis spent a lot of time by Diane's bedside and they were talking. It was good to see the friends back together again. And Diane says she read that little letter writing thing Alexis wants to do with the serial killer. And Alexis says, "I hope I haven't made things worse." And Diane said, "Well, look, you tried to do something. And I really appreciate that. You are trying to do something." So they had a good little visit. And then Robert comes in and Alexis leaves. And Robert and Diane talk. And Diane was, trying to remember. And she said, "I'm sorry, Robert. One thing's for sure. The only thing I know for sure is definitely a woman. The hook attacker is definitely a woman. And she has these hanging bracelets. Who has hanging bracelets this day and age? Now I'm looking at every arm right on the show thinking, are those bracelets, are those hanging bracelets? um so she's still trying, and I think there's something else kind of stuck in the back of her head that she doesn't quite, it hasn't quite come to the surface, but she is trying to remember. So that's one good thing. We all know Diane's memory will come back. She's going to start to remember a little bit more. Like maybe we'll see a blurred face coming in or something, right? As somebody key is going to about to be killed or something. So anyway, that was really, really good to see. Then we had, let's see, Ava. Ava goes to Spoon Island. She sees Nicholas, you know, asking about the divorce. Victor tells me you're getting a divorce, and I thought you were going to fight for this marriage. You know what's interesting to me, everybody? She has been saying she is not coming back to him yet. No, 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 no. Yet the minute you hear he may be going the other way, what do? You run over to Spoon Island and say, "I thought you were going to fight for this marriage. I thought," but Victor said, and I'm like, "Girl, you are a walking contradiction, period." Because if you're not ready yet, let him file for divorce. You know, then just don't sign the papers a month or two from now. But to run over and show your hand, and Nicholas is trying to get her the heck on out of there because he's still dealing with Esme, and she goes, and Esme's trying to pick her way out with the little wire from the painting, and it failed a couple of times, pulling a tantrum, screaming and hitting the bed and acting like a spoiled brat. And then I guess the baby moved. She's like, "Whoa, whoa, what's that butterfly feeling? Are you moving?" I mean, it's funny. They're starting to make her, they are. I think they're giving us this period because they're trying to humanize Esme. Somebody said that in the comments, because for one, this is going to probably be the first time she's had to really ever care for anyone other than herself. And that's going to be her unborn child. So we'll see how attached she gets to it. But Nicholas says, "Ava, what reason did you have for coming over?" And she was saying, "Well, I'm closing down the gallery, and there's I need some of my paperwork in there. And it's up in the North Tower in the storage room. And I'm just going to go get it." And Nicholas is like, "No, no, no, you can't go up there." And she's like, "Why not?" And he's like, "No, there was an incident there, water burst." And, she goes, "That means my stuff is ruined." And he goes, "No, no, we were able to clear out that room before anything got damaged, but things are all over the place. Here's what I'm going to do, Ava. I'm going to sort everything out, and I'm going to get you your box of records and get you your things from up there." So she goes, "Well, okay." And she's kind of lingering around in the living room, and he's kind of, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to see you later. And she goes, are you trying to get rid of me? And he's like, well, no, I just got to get back to overseeing the workers, you know. So she goes, well, okay, all right. So Esme at this point tries again to unpick the lock, and it works, or pick the lock, and she unlocks the door. And then she's like, Daddy, here I come. And she walks out the door, and there's Nicholas right there, walking right up to her, walking backing her right back into the room. And he's saying, Esme, going somewhere? And she does her usual, you can't keep me here, that, and the other. And he goes, you're not going anywhere. And next thing we know, we see the bathroom door closed. And guess what? I guess that bathroom door locks on the outside, because last I knew, most bathroom doors lock from the inside, but I guess only on Spoon Island, right? So she is beating on the door, yelling and screaming, and Nicholas is clearing the room out. And he goes, you Nicholas, you keep me locked in here. And Nicholas says, oh, I'm clearing out this room. You've lost all your luxury privileges. Yeah, you know what? I will leave a bed in here so you don't have to sleep on the cold floor, but I'm not going to leave pretty much too much of anything else in here for you, Esme, for you to use. So I'm like, you know what? Look here. Nicholas grew some balls. Nicholas is acting like a parent punishing their child, which is something he's never done to Spencer before. And he's actually sticking firm to it. I'm like, go ahead, Nicholas, go ahead, right? So now we have, we're going to get to Spencer. I love getting to Spencer. Well, needless to say, Cyrus Renault comes into the library, and he and Spencer are talking, and Spencer's kind of a little, snooty to him in the beginning, like, no, you know what? No, thanks. And then Book comes in, and Book comes in talking crap to Spencer again. And Cyrus is like, you know what? Leave him alone. And Book is like, look, your father and your uncle can't have people around you 24/7, and you need protection in here, and you're either gonna get my protection, and in my mind I'm thinking you can't be around him 24/7 either, right? Or he goes, if you align yourself with that old geezer, you know he can hardly protect you too. And Cyrus is looking at him. And Spencer goes, okay, then what do you want? And he goes, I want my assignment back. And I'm thinking, now, when Spencer got there, you said you were next in line for the library job. You had never gotten that job yet. You were next to get it. And they slotted Spencer in ahead of you. And so Spencer's like, well, what do you do? What's your detail? And he goes, laundry. And so then Cyrus goes, oh, thus the clothes that don't fit, oh, that's who's responsible for that, right? So the guy decides he's going to go around Cyrus and step up to, or Cyrus is more, off to the side. He's going to step now over and get into Nicholas's face. I mean, not Nicholas, Spencer's face. And so Cyrus steps in between and says, leave him alone. Now, in my mind, Spencer and Cyrus are related. It doesn't have to be, oh, now you got protection from him. This is my great uncle, okay? Period. Because people understand, oh, shoot, Renault's got a relative in here. We're going to have to steer clear of him, right? The family connection, not that your uncle outside the wall and your both uncles outside the walls, one great uncle and one uncle is looking out for you. No, I got a great uncle in here looking out for me. definitely they should pull the family card, right? So Cyrus steps in between and he goes, leave him alone. And he goes, what you gonna do, old man? Like spout some scriptures at me. And Cyrus is just looking at him. And so Book punches Cyrus in the face. And Cyrus, he gets back up and he looks at him and he goes, what he says something, and the guy goes, yeah, oh, what you gonna do? That's you gonna beat me with some scriptures. And Cyrus gets up on him, right? And pins him up against the wall. And he goes, oh, you're supposed to be something like nonviolent or something. And he goes, well, look, the Bible says about something, be armed. And he's being armed, right? And so he then backs off because he could hear, I guess, the guard coming. So he backs away, or he knew exactly when the guard was going to come. He moves back away, and the guard is like, hey, what's going on in here? And Cyrus says, nothing. No, the book says nothing. And Cyrus is like, hey. And so the guard Book is getting ready to like turn, and Cyrus looks at the guard and says, he has a shiv. And Book is like, I do not have any kind of shiv. And right then the guard goes right for him, pins him against the wall, puts his hands in his pockets, and sure enough, there was a shiv that Cyrus had placed on him when he pinned him up against the wall, right? So the guard is like, okay, you're going into solitaire for this. And he goes, but it's not mine. I didn't do it. And Cyrus is just looking at him. But what was interesting to me, when he hit Cyrus and Cyrus stood, leaned back up and looked at him, he looked at him like, hey, okay, you know what? I said make it convincing, homeboy, but woo, you made this a little too convincing, but okay, carry on. It's what I wanted. I honestly believe that Cyrus controls Book. Cyrus is in charge. And this is the way Cyrus was getting ready he wants to win Spencer's trust. And trust me, if Spencer were to reject him long term, Cyrus would have his people rough him up. I honestly believe that book is what is working for Cyrus, or under Cyrus is in command of all of that. So we shall see. So then Cyrus says, well, look, he won't be bothering you for a few weeks at least, because he's getting ready to go in solitaire. And Spencer said, I thought the Bible says not to bear false witness. And Cyrus looks at him and he goes, you know what? I am a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. And so Spencer says, I guess you think I owe you now. And he says, that was never, like up in play or in my mind, or that was never on the table, you owing me. So Cyrus is getting ready to leave the room, and Spencer says, wait a minute, Cyrus. And he goes over to the book rack. He goes, this just came in, and I'm going to give it to you. I haven't even logged it in yet, so you can have it. And it's some special edition, a private version of the Bible that, some author wrote. And it's supposedly, people want it. And Cyrus is like, oh my goodness. And he even named what it was. And, oh, his work is so widely illustrated. And he looked up at Spencer and he's like, well, thank you. And Spencer said, consider the debt repaid. And Cyrus just looked at him. He's like, well, there was no debt, but okay, So Spencer is believing, because let's realize Spencer's only 20, if that. I mean, they all had their 18th birthday last year. This year, because when Trina had when Spencer had the blood, well, the pink, red, whatever goo that was, fall on her at Ava's gallery, it was her 18th birthday. They're all 18. So they should all have turned 19 this year. This is a 19-year-old. So Cyrus Renault is definitely equipped to pull the wool over a 19-year-old's eyes. He sincerely is, right? So anyway, that was it. I just love it whenever we get Nicholas Chavez on camera, looking all rugged, got these patches in his little beard. I'm like, look at him. Still cute though, but look at him. So anyway, that was Spencer and Cyrus. And now we have Anna at the dock. Anna she's talking to Robert, said, I don't know where Lucy is. She got a message from her. No, I just called her office, and there's a message that her secretary or assistant gave me that Victor Cassadine himself put that reminder message in, reminding Lucy that they had this date, right? So Lucy didn't put it, he did. And he said Pier 47, which is where Anna was. And so she goes, but nobody's here. And then as she's talking, she hears the gunshots. She was just ending her conversation. So she's like, which direction is that? So she's heading for the direction that she hears gunshots in, right? By the time she gets there, of course, nobody's there. There was no blood anywhere. But there was one designer shoe kind of by the edge. And she's looking at it and she's like, and she's looking around for Lucy. And as Anna's looking around, Victor comes down. Lucy, are you here, Lucy? So I was like, Lucy, honey, where are you, Lucy? And it's like, I'm over here, Ricky. It's just, Lucy, where are you, Lucy? So, and Anna looks at him and he tells his little story. Oh, Lucy and I, we're supposed to meet at Pier 47, which was what was on the books, right? And so he goes, but as we were driving over to Pier 47, I heard gunshots. So I told my driver to stop to see if someone needed help. I'm sorry. Victor Cassadine would never stop if he heard gunshots, period. It would be his posse's, his bodyguards' responsibility to get him out of harm's way. And if in fact Lucy was supposed to meet him at Pier 57, why was he coming down the stairs in 47? He's coming down the stairs at Pier 55, said, Lucy, darling, Lucy, where are you, Lucy? And Anna's just looking at him like, you have something to do with it. And the funny thing is, Victor was coyly saying little things and just looking at her like, and she's looking, and he's like, I feel like this could be my fault. I was running late. Oh, well, what could have happened to dear Lucy? And Anna's just looking at him. And there are just certain things, when Dante got there, he's questioning Victor, and just certain things Victor was saying, he would just look directly at Anna. And Anna's looking at him, and he's looking at, yeah, chick, I did it, but you can't prove it. And Anna's like, well, for somebody to meet somebody for, for a cruise, a dinner cruise, where's the boat? And Victor said, I was wondering the same thing. Where's the boat? Yeah, Victor. So Anna, they let Victor go, and Anna, she's talking to Dante. They're doing evidence on the shoe. She goes, look, I can't swear that's Lucy's shoe because I don't know all the shoes she has, but that is the exact style of shoe Lucy Coe would wear. And then she tells Dante the whole story, how she enlisted Lucy, to get evidence on Victor. And he goes, a civilian? She goes, I know, but no, I was trying to keep her safe and I was trying to pull her out, but she was hard-headed. She was stubborn. See, every time Anna says, I'll keep you safe, I can keep you safe, I don't know not one person, not one that she has kept safe. Not one. And she's supposed to be a master spy. Not one. So she's feeling bad, and you should feel bad. And so what Dante said is, well, look, we're talking Lucy Coe. Lucy Coe is resourceful. Lucy Coe is resilient. If anybody can survive Victor Cassadine, it's gonna be Lucy Coe, right? So then we go to a scene where somebody is pulling herself out of the water. Oh, she just makes it onto the shore, and Lucy plops down. Lucy! Lucy, darling, where are you? There you are, Lucy. So Lucy makes it. So I guess she really wasn't shot, right? Because she was supposed to have been shot twice. Between the gunshot wound, being pulled, thrown into the pier, having to swim to shore. Either those were rubber bullets, or that chick was a bad shot, but I could have swore it showed some blood coming out of some bullet. I don't know. I think they did some trick camera work on us. But Lucy is alive. And by the fact that she made it back to shore, Lucy is not going to die. Thank goodness. I did not want Lucy to die. Now, one of the things that and I'm going to go back to Diane talking to Robert and Alexis. One of the things that Diane said to me, which makes me think Diane, the actress, who played the actress playing Diane, is going to be taking some time off, which she does from time to time because she's an author, and sometimes she goes on book tours, right? 6 months or more. One time, actually, the actor playing Spinelli wrote a book, and they both were really on book signing tour. But anyway, she says her near-death experience is causing her to reassess her life, reassess what's important to her. So she's going to be thinking about some life changes, and I'm thinking she's going to take a break from practicing law, and she's going to probably do some traveling. They're going to give her some excuse, some reason to be gone from Port Charles for a while. So I think we'll be saying goodbye to Diane just for a little bit, but she's done that before over the years. We're used to it. So that was today's that wasn't phenomenal. It's all right. Today's pretty good episode. I'm happy to find out that Lucy is not dead. So that's what's going on General Hospital. Now it's time for Comment Corner. Comment Corner, we have quite a few comments here that we're going to talk about. We have Monique. Monique says, I feel sorry for Lucy, but I don't, didn't Anna warn her? Anna did warn her. Sometimes people are arrogant and lack common sense. Yep, that was Lucy. I got Victor eaten out of my hands. I can do what no, I'm not going anywhere. I got this. Yeah, you got this. And then Hello There says, does Diane have hair dye in the hospital room? She's been there for a month, and her hair never has gone gray. We're not not getting a root touch up, but I think that's a wig Diane is wearing, quite frankly. Y'all know she must be dyeing it. How does she keep that color all this time? No, I think she's getting her roots touched up. Also, what about Dr. Obrecht as the possible Hook killer? Obrecht has nothing against Jocelyn, nothing against Abe. No, it's not Obrecht. Plus Obrecht's much thicker than what we've been seeing. She's a little heavier. We know she's been, that is part of her history. She has history with Victor, but no, I really don't think it's going to be Obrecht. Maybe Obrecht is under the spell of Victor. No, I don't think so. Obrecht is too stubborn to be mind controlled by anybody else. And Hello There wrote a phenomenal lengthy comment. If anybody wants to dive right into her thoughts, there's some great thoughts. And then she said, Esme gave a heck of a scream. It was long and loud. I know. You think her throat was hurting after that? Man, I thought Ava would have said, hey, what is that? And Nicholas would have been the bats. You know we got bats here. Anyway, Lisa said, Britt is also on the show Station 19. I think she's on both shows. I hope Lucy pulls through and tells who shot her, because Lucy definitely knows who shot her. She definitely knows that. We'll have to find out what Victor's going to do with Valentine and Anna. I think there's a bomb placed in Anna's house. Lisa says Victor feels betrayed by Lucy because she reported everything to Anna and Valentine. Valentine wasn't there. So by the time Lucy got to Anna, Valentine's name was never mentioned, and Valentine was already on his way to Victor's, because while Victor was listening to Lucy at Anna's, Valentine came to his door. So she says Victor would have someone shoot her. Yes, he would. Look out, Nicholas. Ryan is going to come looking for you. And then she says, I'm so proud of Nicholas standing up to Esme and defending himself, not bending down and giving in to her. I know. But now she will get the upper hand on him. You could best better believe. And Cindy says, Lucy Shooter may have been the deputy mayor who's on Victor's team. I thought about that too, because he could definitely order her to shoot somebody. You know, we don't know what her true past is. I think it could be her too. And Lucy probably knows her or probably recognizes her, you know. But one would think she would have covered up her face. I know. I don't think she's the hook. No, I think these are two different. Because bottom line, if she was the hook, she would have used a hook on Lucy, and Lucy would have been dead. You know, see here, Lucy would have died. Because what's not out amongst the public is the poison on the hook. That Jordan was able to keep under wraps with just the doctors at GH and PCPD for now, because that big mouth Amy, you know, don't let her tell things, because she'll tell the world. Let's see. Melody says, I hope Victor goes straight to jail. Victor never goes straight to jail. Tom says, I told you it's Holly. It's not Holly, Tom. It is not Holly. Cindy says, possible that Cody's whole intentions towards Britt is related to Peter and Faison. However, he wants what's in that box. Otherwise, why would he offer to help Britt get rid of the stuff in that box? And why did she accept? He didn't know Peter from Adam. If it was up to her what she wants to do with the stuff. She did not need any help. I agree with you. Going through it, that wouldn't mean nothing going through. Cody didn't know nothing from nothing. You could have pulled out a paper clip that was special to you and Peter, and Cody would be thinking, well, what's that stupid paper clip doing in the box, right? Yeah. If it turns out to be her brother, the writers need to get rid of the romantic storyline. That could be a reason why they really have never gone on another date. You know, that would be interesting. But look, they have kissed. And if Cody knows that that's possibly his sister, Cody is a little twisted to me. That's creepy. Yuck. But anyway, Deborah says, no, Anna Rihanna says, oh, Lucy, Anna, and Valentine. Victor isn't a survivor. He's a predator. This could be a week to remember. Nicholas grew a spine for a moment, and Esme, when you think she's done, she comes back again. With Ryan as her father, she has no doubt to have been in a lot worse places. I know, huh? And no more Cody Britt. First it was occupy myself. Then it was, oh, time for a nap. Now it's going into a coma. Yeah. Now, I don't know just how much Esme has ever truly been around Ryan. They've never gone back into what did she ever stay with her father? Because for large chunks of time, Ryan is always in jail. You know, they finally always catch Ryan Chamberlain and put him back in jail. You know, I don't know how much Esme's really ever been around him for long periods of time. Deborah says Victor is after Ava. I know, I got that vibe too after today's show. Really strong. He was doing everything but wink at her. Ava, you're a strong, formidable woman, Ava. You need a man that could take care of you. And she's like, do tell, Victor. And who might that man be? I don't know, but it's definitely not my bumbling idiot nephew. That's pretty much what he said, but he didn't say that out loud. He was thinking it though, right? But yeah, he was leaning in, and I'm thinking, oh, here you go. Be careful, Ava. He wants to drug your drink. That's exactly what he wants to do, because he feels Ava's expendable. He might like her, think she's feisty. And in reality, I could see Ava with him. She's much older than Nicholas. Ava, you know. Then let's see. She's she would like to know that they've said Nicholas should tell Ava. Deborah says Nicholas should tell Ava about Esme because she would like to know that she didn't actually kill her. I know that's weighing on her mind, right? And also should tell her about Victor. What about Victor? Blackmailing him? I don't know what he could tell her about Victor. So then she'd be aware. She should tell him probably about Victor so he could be aware that he's trying to put the moves on her. How is he blackmailing him to divorce her? He was saying, what did he say? That he could make Nicholas disappear. Because remember, Valentine said, look, Nicholas is expendable. Nicholas is more trouble than it's worth. Now, if something happens to Nicholas, the heir, all of the estate and everything goes to Spencer. You can control Spencer better. And Victor's like, that's a very good point. And he looked at Nicholas. Nicholas just looked at them both like, I'm too stupid to even be afraid of that comment. You know, what's that supposed to mean to me? So Adriana said Esme's most definitely resourceful. I think that she would get out of that room and come face to face with Ava. I agree that Anna is a world spy, and she could have taken better care of Valentina. No, she could have put a tracker on him. You know, I don't know, Victor's people would come and scan him on the plane, but you know, they're both used to work for the WSB. They should have thought of something to try. I don't know. Come on now. And Patricia, look, Valentine still has his phone. He was trying to call Anna on the plane. So they could have both did a Google, find my phone, or Google person search. She would have seen him in Switzerland if he's with his phone. So, but they could have done so much more. And Robin says, no. Patricia says, what if Peter August left information in that safety deposit box on how to bring Victor down and where he's hiding his captives? Charlotte, Hayden, and maybe even Jason, or maybe even Holly too, right? Because Hayden's not dead. She just has not shown up. He also could have left Britt info that Britt doesn't really have Huntington's disease, or Cody is her brother and could save her life. I think there's a reason they have not been romantic, because he's Faison's son. I don't know, but there's something going on. And Britt found out in Canada. Remember when she and Jason were on the run, and it was a Canadian hospital that they went to and had her tested under a fake name. And then Robin says, Victor is playing everyone. Valentine did not drink or touch the glass. Anna's on a wild goose chase. Lucy gets shot. I think she knows her shooter because she said, what are you doing here? She sure did. And not a, what are you doing here? 20 years back from the dead Holly? Wasn't that? She's like, what are you doing here? So it's somebody she knows, and she was not afraid until she saw the gun. And then says also the gun may have had blanks. Well, if Lucy doesn't bleed out, something was wrong with the bullets in that gun, right? Hopefully, hopefully, because she doesn't want Lucy to die. I don't either. Victor wants Ava to confront Nicholas. And Ava is confronting him, Nicholas. He will need to tell her, about Esme, because Esme might be able to pick the lock, which she did. She picked the lock, so and then Susan says, the gal that plays Brit is on Station 19 Thursday nights. I saw her on the season opener. She may be doing both shows. See a lot of actors now, and I guess it's okay. COVID may have changed a lot of rules for what you could do. I understand they take these episodes about a month ahead. Really, soaps are usually 2 months ahead. But then there's a lot of preamps and all kinds of things. And plus, Brit's actress, she's not on screen all the time. Maybe she's taking a short break. And, when Station 19, series on TV, they only shoot for like 3 months and then they run all the episodes because they shoot every single week. So, I guess she could do both. I was surprised that Peyton apologized to Carly, and I'm sure Carly was pretty surprised as well. At least they were civil to each other. Yeah, eerily, uncannily, very stupidly written. To have that much rage and anger for that many years after one guild meeting, now I've changed my mind and I realize what an idiot I've been. Yeah, right. I think Carly's idea is either going to be cremate Virginia, sprinkle her ashes in the ocean, or take her back to Port Charles and bury her next to Morgan. And Dorothy says the safety deposit box is the one Faison left in his will. Jade says it would be funny if Ava is Esme's mother. I know. Jane says, I don't think Valentine knows his father made him disappear a while ago. He may never have known that Victor was behind drugging him and and keeping him hostage it was a good while. Jane says Britt and Cody are brother and sister. That's a theory. Damien says, that's what I said too. He may be Faison's kid. And Lucy says, Victor set Lucy up. Remember, he found out Lucy's working with Anna. And Sandy says, Sandy said that. Victor may have set Lucy up. And then Sandy also said Lucy knows the person that shot her because she looked surprised to see this person and said, what are you doing here? She didn't actually look, she only looked surprised as if, hey, you walked down the street too? It wasn't, oh my God, what are you doing here? She was a matter of fact surprise, like if you would see Sam McCall on the pier and she's like, hey, what are you doing here, Sam? What are you doing here? That kind of thing. Could it be Holly under my, you all don't stop saying Holly. It is not Holly. Patricia says she probably would have had a bigger reaction if it was Holly, because Holly's supposed to have been dead a long years ago. Remember, Robert flew back for her funeral probably 5 years ago. It's not Holly. Well, look, she's supposed to be dead, but Holly's not dead. Holly is stored away somewhere. She's imprisoned somewhere by Victor. She's probably shot with blanks. We shall see. They're gonna have an answer for that. Treasure Island says, I agree 100%. It had to be Anna or one of Victor's thugs. It was not Anna. We found that out. It was somebody Victor sent, because Victor is just the cat's meow behind Lucy's disappearance and death. Look at how fast he got over her, right? Please. That diamond necklace wasn't even real. It was cubic zirconium. All right, everybody, listen. That's it for Comic Corners. That's it for today's daily recap for General Hospital. I will be back tomorrow for tomorrow's daily recap.